We really used animation to its fullest extent. A lot of people aren't doing that these days. They're trying to keep it, reality-based. This was a cartoon show.
There's a time and a place for a script-driven show. There's a time and a place for an artist-driven show, and I think SpongeBob works best because it's a cartoonist-driven show.
And we got to do a lot of cartoon gags, exploited animation as much as possible.
I hated pitching. It was, so it was an extra effort to I have to draw and pitch.
I wouldn't let that thing in my house, even if it was potty trained. You just sit on a potty.
And we'd have to pitch to, the 40 people in the crew. Before that, it would be, a sleepless night, just tossing and turning because I have a fear of crowds. But what would happen is the next morning I would, tons of sugar, lots of espresso, extra sugar in my Coca-Cola, run around the block, and then get in there and just try to pitch and try not to look at all the faces, and we just go through it. And hopefully you get the laughs and they don't pick up on how nervous you are.
The cut line, he turns it again, and Patrick falls off. Turns it again, turns it upside down, again. Finally it straightens it up and hears,
SpongeBob was really fun for, like I said, the very reason that we could come up with a lot of gags in post-production.
We did a lot of Frankensteining on the show. We did a lot of cannibalizing from different takes to come up with a line just so it sounded, exactly the way they wanted it to.
It was fun because it was sort of guerrilla animation, so we could just do things on the fly and add them in at the last minute if they were appropriate and, made the show funnier.
Scuba diving is one of my favorite things to do. I could take my experiences underwater and, think about the different sea life and, use those things as color references.
I was snorkeling or scuba diving on vacations in locations where this kind of plant life existed in the ocean. I appreciated it so much more than in the past. I was going, oh, hey, I draw that thing. There's that thing, and that's the way it really looks down here.
Aaron Springer is a cartoon genius. And the hardest thing about working with Aaron is that he has about 20,000 ideas for every one idea that I have.
Sherm hated when I used Sharpies because it would give him a headache. So, but I think he secretly liked it.
life in a cubicle. It's sad. You think it's easy, don't you? Sit down, have a bagel maybe, some coffee, draw a few pictures, la 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 la. No, it's not that simple. But it was kind of fun because you have a lot of interaction with people around you. But the problem with that is when you want to get something done and you're trying to concentrate, it just doesn't happen.
I need those sheets.
Personally, first season is my favorite season of all of them. I think that, we were just hitting our stride, and you can see a lot more, I think, of the styles of the individual directors in the first season shows.
I feel like personally SpongeBob and Patrick are my children, and every day I'd come to work and I'd have to dress them, just like I would my kid in the morning. And that's just, my favorite shows that I've ever worked on have been like that.
You have a staff that's really there and on it 100%, and they're happy to be there, they feel like they're all contributing to this great, nucleus.
The people on it were so much fun, and they brought together so much. They brought together talent, and a great sense of humor.
SpongeBob was just one of those shows where the right elements and the right people were at the right place at the right time.
everybody bonded really well, everyone got along great, and we were kind of like one big happy family.
Those were good times. Good times.